right, guys, good morning. Welcome to practice group practice sessions, I guess. So we have two people that signed up yesterday, Doug and Daniel. I just sent you guys the email. So happy Tuesday. I want to say thanks for you guys with all your comments on my YouTube channel, and it's really cool to listen how all of this material is helping you, and several of you have emailed me to say that this has inspired you to practice again, and I love to hear about that, and I want us to keep going. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I just want you to enjoy the process. So we're going to do a couple of things this morning. This will be a very simple and at the same time very focused practice session. I'm actually going to give you a couple of different options of things you can do today. Okay, one of those that you can do is the 5-note blues scale pattern. I'm going to give you 3 different ideas and maybe pick one of those for today's practice. So maybe you're at the stage where you're still trying to get the first 5 notes of the blues scale. Let me just give you a quick reminder that we want this shape, right? So for C blues, I want your fingers to be able to be over each note, so you don't even have to think about that. And go ahead and learn it in C and F and G. And then when you actually start practicing this, what I want you to do is, let's just say I'm doing quarter notes in the left hand. After I do this for a while, this automatic pilot, I'll do it one more time. The next thing I'm going to do is not always end on the root, right? That makes the tension go away and it resolves everything, but we want a little bit of tension in our improvisation, so we're going to maybe do this. 2, 3, how about this? Again, let me do that. There's the major third, right? Sometimes you want to hit that major third to give it a nice major happy sounding for just a minute. Okay, while I was doing that, I started thinking about another practice strategy that has to do with, let's say that we're swinging these notes, or you're thinking about 1, 2, 3, 4, but I also like the idea of being able to play straight like this. So it's like, sometimes this actually helps people get it better in terms of coordination. 2 and 3. And let me give you an example with blues example 1. So let's say that you learn this and you have trouble with the coordination of it. Well, I always teach people how to actually straighten it out. So you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. You're building up your coordination by doing this. So what happens when you go to D flat? You think, how in the world am I going to get that? Well, remember that D flat is a hammer-on key, right? And you see how easy I'm doing this, or how slow and precise? You hammer on, get that hammer on, and then 2 and 4 to 3 and 5. Maybe today you're just going to do those 2 keys, right? Your uncomfortable key, and then your comfortable key of C. And eventually you'll be able to get to where you can swing that, right? Okay, so now let's add that idea with the first 5 notes of the blues scale, and we're going to go up a half step and make sure we can do D flat, right? We're going to do D flat. Now, once again, I want this shape. I want you to do C, C sharp, F sharp, C sharp, E, F sharp, G, G sharp. I was looking in the chat to see if anybody's here. If anybody is watching this or you're in the chat, I'd love to hear from you. I know it's early in the morning. Okay, so C sharp, E, F sharp, G, G sharp. Now look at my hand. It's in this same shape. Go ahead and practice playing that awful chord there. But get up into the keys, right? And in the left hand, you're going to have 5-2 on D flat and A flat to D flat and B flat. If you are enjoying these practice sessions, this is all unlisted, of course, for our group. But I would love for you to like the video. That helps me know that you've checked in. And then if you've practiced, or you can either type in, well, actually type in the comments. Let me know if you're able to practice today and just give me some updates there. Okay, so this is one thing you can do today, right? If you don't have a lot of time, I want you to practice the first 5 notes of the blues scale. Getting that shape. Remember, I don't even have to think about it, right? I get this shape. All right, so just going to give you a quick reminder of, so you have the first 5 notes, and maybe do that, you know, a minute's worth, and then maybe try to do D flat. Get up into the keys for that one. Okay, so a reminder of your blues scale fingering if you were going to go all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, thumb under, and then 2, 3. So I have 1 of C major scale, flat 3rd, 4, sharp 4, 5, flat 7, 1, right? Now let's go ahead and learn, make sure we know the fingering for D flat blues scale. So the first 5 notes we just went over is this. 1, flat 3, 4, sharp 4, and 5 of a D flat major scale. But now what we're going to do is do the fingering all the way up. So we have 1, minor 3rd, 4, sharp 4, 5, flat 7, 1, and my fingering is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the only time I use 4 is when I get to the top note, okay? And notice that even that, I'm just practicing going back and forth. Even that by itself would sound great. Again. Now here's the whole scale. Okay, so that's one idea that you could do today, a simple 5-note pattern. A couple of other things that we did yesterday, which I'd like for you guys to mess with, is this idea of the Dwight lick. Remember, Dwight's a member of our group, an awesome guy, great friend, and a great musician. So here's what we're going to do. C up to F sharp, root to tritone, root to tritone, then the 4th, minor 3rd, and then flat 7 up to the root. Dun, dun. Now, why does this lick sound kind of fresh and interesting? The reason is because you have the tritone, which is such a great interval, goes the 4, minor 3rd, which gives you that tension there, and the flat 7, which is also a super important chord tone in the C blues, right? Your flat 7, so you have this. F, we're going to do the same thing. So this is a great ear training. So I'm going to go root, tritone of F major scale. Normally in F major we have B flat, but we're going to go up to the tritone. And then coming down the blues scale, right, you have 4, minor 3rd. And then we said we go down a whole step to the flat 7 and up to the root again. And the finger is going to be the same that I did in C. 1, 4. 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, and I'm going to go flat 7, 1. And back to 1. Alright, so for a G blues, we're going to go G up to the tritone of G. Normally, it's a C natural, an F sharp there, but we're going to go tritone of G. 4th note, minor 3rd, flat 7 to 1 again. And then back to C. Good morning, whoever's checking in from the group. I hope you guys like these. Wait, what does it say? I'm offline. Well, maybe I'm not offline. I'm not sure. Somebody tell me if I'm offline or I'm online. I have no idea. Okay, let's do the tritone. I'll do F again. I'll do C. Okay, so let's do. So that's another idea. You could do that, but let's add a lick that is actually just. We're going to start and we're creating a lick based off of kind of the blues scale, but we're going to add the major third. So listen to this. I'm going to go flat 7 with my third finger. And I'm going to explain what's happening here. So I'm coming down a C mixolydian scale. That may sound frightening to some of you guys, but all it is a major scale with our flat 7. So whenever you see a chord chart and you have C7, all you have to do is play a flat 7, so B flat. I'm using 3, and I'm going minor third, and then I'm resolving to C triad. This is great for ear training. Major third. If you notice how it outlines a C major triad right there. Let me just look at my phone to make sure that we're live. I'm just checking if we are online, somebody say hello in the chat. That would be awesome. Okay, I'm showing that I'm live on my phone. I'm going to move this video to the top of our playlist. And I know this is unlisted, so you guys will have to let me know from the from our little email group. Okay, so flat 7. There's the F. Now this is great for ear training. Watch, because I'm going to go to flat 7 of F, 4 to the major third, and I did the. Now I'm outlining the F triad, right? And back to C. Watch what happens when I go to G. I'm going to use the same fingering. I'm going to go to the flat 7, which is F. Outlining the G triad, right? I'll do F again. Oh, I didn't do that right. Now I'm going to do C. So let's say we're doing the Dwight lick. Now Dwight lick again. Right, I went to the flat 7 of G. I'll do the B flat, just gives a little movement, right, to our line. It gives us a little line that we can mess around with. And I'm going to give you one more in just a second. Okay, so let me do a review of, we can use first 5 notes of the blues scale. Remember what I said, you can go down 3 half steps, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and you could use the A blues scale, right? Let me check my time to make sure. I'm going to have to go soon. So our A blues scale, right? And we can just kind of settle into knowing that all those notes are going to work. I really like the first 4 notes. And then you have your C blues scale, first 5 notes. But we also did the Dwight lick. And we did this other idea that is not in Blues Volume 1, but it's just a way to connect some lines. I think I mentioned to you, some of you guys yesterday, that I spent a lot of, probably a couple of hours yesterday thinking about maybe a new blues course for beginners. And it's really coming together. I haven't done all the sheet music yet, but I've actually come up with a lot of ideas that I think are going to help people. But one of those is the idea of course, you have the first 5 notes of the blues scale, but also this idea of really getting used to the 3 half steps down. So what's called the relative minor of C major is A minor. How do you find the relative minor scale? Just go down 3 half steps. So this A is going to work great over our C blues, right? But also you can start to add things like this, which make flowing through these ideas really nice, right? This is going to be some great ear training. But I want to give you one more, and then we'll put it all together, okay? So there are all kinds of, you don't always have to start on the root of the scale, right? You have blues scale notes, and you can start on those notes for other ideas. But let me actually start, I'm going to use blues scale notes, but I'm going to actually start on the root up top, and we're going to do something different. We're going to go, talk to you about what I did there. So I did 3rd finger on the root, 4th finger on E flat. So then I skipped down to the B flat, which is the flat 7. So I got to the tritone there. And I skipped down to the root, and I ended on the flat 3rd. Remember, keeping that tension is really nice. Let me do it really slowly. C, E flat, B flat. I get to that tritone. Now once I get here, remember, I'm in my shape, right? Da, 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 da. All that, my fingers are already over those notes, right? Isn't that nice? So we have, let's say if I was swinging it, I'm getting my reps in, right? But what happens if maybe that's difficult for me? Right hand only, as slow as you need to go. And the other thing you could do is play it straight. Now let me do it on F. Same thing, middle finger. Sorry. And I have to get to the tritone, right? Do it again. That's the first hurdle, is getting this idea, right? So you get root, minor 3rd, flat 7 to the 5th. Tritone. Once you get to here, you're home free, because you can go tritone, 4, root, minor 3rd. Here's about getting your reps in, right? Okay, let me do it on G. Middle finger on the root, down the flat 7, 5, and I go tritone, And remember, because I know my shape, this right here, I don't even have to think about the rest there. All my fingers are going to be ready to go. Go back to C. Remember that I think it might be Blues Volume 2, but we do this idea of this shape. So you're just doing the 5th, 5/7, root, and the minor third. So it creates tension with that top note. Or you can just play it straight. But let me go ahead and play the lick. And if this feels very easy to you, remember that I did this bass line yesterday where it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and kind of the New Orleans feel. And remember how everything changes. You can have the same exact lick, but the feel is going to change when you go 2 and 3 and 4. And let me play that lick. Here we go. Do that lick where we did now. In order to get this feel down, one, you have to practice the bass line by itself. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now you have to do the math of where does the right hand and the left hand line up. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and tension there, F against the E. 1 and 2 and, but then you get right off of it and you continue the idea. And all I did is oh, see what I did there? I did no, that's not what I was going to do. That's what I was going to do. And the reason I did that is because the example 10 that we're going to do in volume 1 does this idea, remember, that goes all the way down the keyboard. So what if we did that? This is for my advanced people, right? Everybody's advanced in this group. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we do it on G. Again. One more time. Can we do it on F one more time? And C. Alright guys, that's enough for today. If you're watching this on the replay, please give it a like. It's all private for us. And a comment, and let me know how your day is going. You can always email me, bob@iMusicAcademy.com. And I want you guys to practice today, and I'll see you in the next video.